Podcast Talk. Learn English naturally.
Apologizing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Podcast Hub. I'm John.
And I'm Daniela. Thanks for joining us for today's important episode. Today we're talking about apologizing, how to say sorry effectively in English, from minor mistakes to serious situations.
This is such a crucial communication skill because we all make mistakes, and knowing how to apologize properly can preserve relationships, resolve conflicts, and show maturity and respect.
And there's actually an art to apologizing. A good apology can repair damage, while a bad apology can make things worse.
Plus, there are cultural differences in how people apologize, and different situations require different approaches.
But before we start, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, turn on notifications, and comment below. So let's start with the basics. What are the most common ways to apologize in English?
The most basic is simply, I'm sorry, but there are many variations depending on the situation and the severity of what happened.
You might say, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I'm terribly sorry. I'm really sorry. My apologies, or please forgive me.
I apologize is more formal than I'm sorry. You'd use it in professional settings or serious situations. I'm sorry is more universal and can be used anywhere.
Now, there's an important distinction we need to make: apologizing for mistakes versus expressing sympathy. Can you explain that?
Great point. Sometimes I'm sorry means I apologize for something I did wrong. Other times it means I feel sympathy for your situation.
For example, if someone tells you their grandmother died, you'd say, I'm so sorry to hear that. You're not apologizing. You didn't cause it. You're expressing sympathy.
Right. But if you accidentally bump into someone, I'm sorry means I apologize for bumping into you.
Context makes it clear which meaning you intend. Now let's talk about minor apologies, small, everyday situations.
For minor things like accidentally bumping someone, being in someone's way, or small inconveniences, you can use quick, simple apologies.
Sorry, excuse me, pardon me, my bad. Oops, sorry about that. Or, oh, I'm sorry.
My bad is very casual and informal. You'd use it with friends or in relaxed situations. Excuse me works when you need to get someone's attention or pass them by.
Let's practice some scenarios. Daniela, imagine you're walking down a narrow hallway and someone is coming from the opposite direction. What would you say?
I'd probably say excuse me or sorry as I move to let them pass, or after you if I'm letting them go first.
Perfect. Now imagine you accidentally step on someone's foot. What do you say?
Oh, I'm so sorry, or I'm sorry I didn't see your foot there. Something immediate and genuine.
Good. The immediacy is important. You apologize right away, not minutes later.
Now let's talk about moderate apologies, situations that are more significant but not disasters.
These might be things like being late, forgetting something, making a mistake at work, or saying something inconsiderate.
These situations need more than just sorry. You should acknowledge what you did and show you understand the impact.
A good structure is, I'm sorry for specific action. I understand that impact. I will, how you'll fix it or prevent it.
Can you give an example? Sure. I'm sorry for being late to our meeting. I understand that it wasted your time and was disrespectful. I will set an earlier alarm and leave home 15 minutes earlier next time.
That's excellent. You acknowledged the specific problem, recognized the impact on the other person, and offered a solution. That's what makes a sincere apology.
What about apologizing for forgetting something important, like someone's birthday?
You might say, I'm so sorry I forgot your birthday. There's no excuse. I should have remembered. Can I take you to dinner this weekend to make it up to you?
Make it up to you is a great phrase. It means to do something to compensate for your mistake.
Now let's discuss serious apologies, when you've really hurt someone or made a significant mistake.
These require thoughtful, sincere apologies. You can't just say sorry and move on. You need to take full responsibility and show genuine remorse.
The key elements of a serious apology are acknowledge what you did wrong, take full responsibility, express genuine remorse, explain without making excuses, and commit to change.
Let's break those down. First, acknowledge specifically what you did. Don't be vague.
Don't say, "I'm sorry if I hurt you." That's weak. Say, "I'm sorry that I said those hurtful things about you behind your back. That was wrong."
If suggests you're not sure you did anything wrong. Take ownership. I'm sorry that or I apologize for.
Second, take full responsibility. Don't shift blame or make excuses.
Don't say, I'm sorry, but you made me angry, so I yelled at you. That's not an apology. That's blame shifting.
Instead, say, "I'm sorry I yelled at you. I was angry, but that doesn't excuse my behavior. I should have controlled my temper."
See the difference? You can acknowledge what you were feeling, but you still take full responsibility for your actions.
Third, express genuine remorse. The person needs to feel that you actually care that you hurt them.
I feel terrible about what I did. I deeply regret my actions. I can't tell you how sorry I am. I hate that I hurt you.
Your tone and body language matter too. You can't deliver a serious apology with a casual, dismissive tone.
Fourth, explain what happened without making excuses. There's a fine line here.
You can provide context, "I was under a lot of stress," but immediately follow it with, "But that's not an excuse for how I treated you."
The explanation helps the person understand, but you make clear it doesn't justify your behavior.
And fifth, commit to change. Show that you'll do better going forward.
I'm going to work on managing my stress better so this doesn't happen again, or I will be more thoughtful about how my words affect others.
And then actually follow through. An apology means nothing if you repeat the same behavior.
Now let's talk about what not to do when apologizing. What are common mistakes?
The biggest one is the non-apology. "I'm sorry you feel that way," or "I'm sorry if you were offended."
These aren't real apologies. They put the blame on the other person's feelings rather than on your actions.
Another mistake is adding "but" after your apology. "I'm sorry I was late, but traffic was terrible."
That "but" negates the apology. It sounds like you're making excuses or saying it wasn't really your fault.
If you need to explain, say, "I'm sorry I was late. I should have left earlier to account for possible traffic." You're still taking responsibility.
Another mistake is over-apologizing. Apologizing excessively for minor things can actually be annoying.
If you accidentally brush against someone, one sorry is enough. You don't need to say, "I'm so sorry, I'm really sorry, I apologize, I feel terrible."
That makes the other person uncomfortable and can seem insincere, like you're seeking reassurance rather than genuinely apologizing.
Cultural note. Some cultures, particularly British and Canadian, tend to apologize more frequently, even for minor things. Americans apologize too, but perhaps slightly less often for very small things.
Yes, British people are famous for saying sorry when someone else bumps into them. It's just cultural convention.
Another mistake is making it about yourself. "I feel so guilty," or "I can't live with myself," makes the other person feel they need to comfort you.
The apology should focus on the hurt you caused them, not on how bad you feel. Though showing remorse is good, the focus should be on them.
And never, ever say, "Get over it," or "It wasn't that big a deal," after apologizing. That completely undermines the apology.
You don't get to decide if it was a big deal. If someone is hurt, their feelings are valid, even if you didn't intend to cause harm.
Now let's discuss how to respond when someone apologizes. What's the appropriate response?
It depends on the situation and whether you're ready to forgive. For minor things, you might simply say, "That's okay, no problem, don't worry about it," or "It's fine."
For more serious situations where you accept the apology, you might say, "I appreciate your apology. Thank you for apologizing. I accept your apology," or "I forgive you."
But you're not obligated to immediately forgive or say, "It's okay," if it's not okay. You can acknowledge the apology without fully accepting it yet.
You might say, "I appreciate you apologizing. I need some time to process this." Or, "Thank you for saying that. I'm still hurt, but I hear you."
That's honest and respectful. You're acknowledging their effort while being truthful about your feelings.
Now let's talk about professional apologies, apologizing in workplace settings.
Professional apologies should be clear, concise, and solution-focused. You acknowledge the mistake, take responsibility, and present how you'll prevent it in the future.
For example, if you missed a deadline, you might say, I apologize for missing yesterday's deadline. I underestimated the time required for the project. I've adjusted my project timeline and will deliver the completed work by Friday.
Notice is professional, takes responsibility, and offers a concrete solution.
You can also use email for professional apologies. Let's talk about the structure of an email apology.
Start with a clear subject line, apology for missing the meeting, or my apologies for the error in the report.
Begin the email with the apology. I want to apologize for, then explain what happened briefly without excessive detail or excuses.
Acknowledge the impact. I understand this caused delays for your team, or I realize this created extra work for you.
Then provide a solution or prevent recurrence. I've implemented a new system to ensure this doesn't happen again.
End professionally. Thank you for your understanding, or I appreciate your patience, or please let me know if there's anything I can do to remedy this situation.
Now let's do some role play scenarios. I'll be the person who was wronged. You apologize to me. First scenario, you forgot our lunch meeting.
Oh, Daniela, I'm so sorry I missed our lunch today. I completely forgot. I had it written down for tomorrow by mistake. I know you probably waited for me and wasted your time. Can I take you to lunch tomorrow to make up for it? I'll set a reminder on my phone so this doesn't happen again.
That's a good apology. You acknowledged what happened, showed you understand the impact, and offered both a solution and a way to prevent it. I accept. Let's do lunch tomorrow.
Great. Now let's switch. I'll be the wronged person. Scenario: you borrowed my book and accidentally spilled coffee on it.
John, I'm really sorry. I spilled coffee on the book you lent me this morning. I feel terrible because I know it was a special edition. I tried to dry it carefully and the damage is minimal, but I want to buy you a replacement. Can you send me the details so I can order a new copy?
Perfect apology. You were specific, took responsibility, and offered to make it right. I'd probably say, thanks for being honest and offering to replace it. I appreciate that.
Now let's discuss apologizing for misunderstandings or miscommunications.
Sometimes you need to apologize even though you didn't intend to cause harm. Your intentions were good, but the impact was negative.
You might say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way, but I understand how it came across. That wasn't my intention, but I should have been more careful with my words.
This acknowledges that impact matters more than intention. Even if you meant well, if you hurt someone, you should apologize.
You can clarify what you meant, but the apology comes first. I'm sorry I hurt you. What I meant to say was, but I should have phrased it better.
Now let's talk about apologizing to groups or publicly.
If you've offended or inconvenienced a group, you might need to apologize to everyone. I want to apologize to everyone for the confusion I caused with my email yesterday.
In professional settings, this might be done in a meeting or via group email. Be brief but sincere and avoid over-explaining.
I apologize for the error in the report I sent yesterday. I've sent a corrected version. I'll implement better quality checks going forward.
Public apologies can be tricky because you're managing multiple relationships at once. Keep it professional and focused.
Now let's discuss cultural differences in apologizing. How does this vary across English-speaking countries?
As we mentioned, British and Canadian cultures tend to apologize more frequently, even for minor things. It's often a social lubricant rather than an admission of guilt.
In the U.S., people also apologize, but there's sometimes more emphasis on moving forward rather than dwelling on the apology.
Australian culture is somewhat similar to British in terms of frequency, but the style tends to be more direct and less formal.
In professional contexts, all English-speaking cultures value taking responsibility and offering solutions, not just saying sorry.
Now let's talk about timing. When should you apologize?
Generally, as soon as you realize you've made a mistake or hurt someone, don't wait. Apologize promptly.
However, if emotions are very high and both parties are still angry, sometimes it's better to wait a few hours until everyone is calmer.
But don't wait days or weeks. A delayed apology can seem insincere, like you only apologized because you felt obligated, not because you were genuinely sorry.
And if you forgot to apologize initially, you can still do it later. I should have said this yesterday, but I'm sorry for.
Now let's discuss the difference between apologizing in person, by phone, and by text or email.
For serious apologies, face-to-face is best. It shows respect and allows the person to see your sincerity.
Phone calls are second best. They allow for tone of voice and immediate back-and-forth conversation.
Text or email apologies are appropriate for less serious situations, or when distance makes in-person impossible, or as a follow-up to a verbal apology.
But never apologize for something serious only by text. "I'm sorry I betrayed your trust" deserves more than a text message.
And emojis in apologies can be tricky. A simple "I'm sorry" might be okay for very casual, minor things, but serious apologies shouldn't rely on emojis.
Now let's talk about when you shouldn't apologize, because sometimes people apologize unnecessarily.
Don't apologize for things that aren't your fault or responsibility. If the restaurant got your friend's order wrong, you don't need to apologize on behalf of the restaurant.
Don't apologize for having needs or boundaries. "Sorry, but I can't work this weekend" puts you in a submissive position. Just say, "I'm not available this weekend."
Don't apologize for asking questions or needing clarification, especially in professional settings. "Sorry, but could you explain that?" can be replaced with, "Could you explain that?"
Women, especially, are often socialized to over-apologize. It can undermine your authority and confidence.
However, apologizing when appropriate is a strength, not a weakness. It shows emotional intelligence and maturity.
Now let's discuss phrases for accepting responsibility beyond just sorry.
"That was my fault. I take full responsibility. I own this mistake. The blame is entirely mine. I messed up."
"I messed up" is informal but very sincere. "I really messed up and I'm sorry" shows genuine contrition.
"I dropped the ball" is an idiom meaning you failed to do something you were supposed to do. "I dropped the ball on this project. I apologize."
Now let's talk about phrases that show you understand the impact of your actions.
"I understand this caused problems for you. I realize this put you in a difficult position. I know this affected your trust in me. I see how this hurt you."
These phrases show empathy. You're not just mechanically apologizing, you're demonstrating that you understand the consequences of your actions.
Now let's discuss following through after an apology.
An apology is the first step, but it's meaningless if you don't change your behavior. "I'm sorry I'm always late" doesn't help if you continue being late.
Actions speak louder than words. Show through your behavior that you meant what you said.
If you promise to work on your anger, then actually seek help, practice calming techniques, and demonstrate improvement.
The true test of an apology is whether the behavior changes. One-time mistakes happen, but patterns need to be broken.
Now let's talk about forgiving yourself after you've apologized.
Once you've sincerely apologized and done what you can to make amends, you need to forgive yourself and move forward.
Continuing to beat yourself up doesn't help anyone. Learn from the mistake, but don't dwell in guilt forever.
You might say to yourself, "I made a mistake. I apologized. I'm working to do better. I'm human and I'm growing."
Self-forgiveness is important for mental health and for genuinely moving forward.
Now let's create a comprehensive apology for a serious situation. Let's say you said something hurtful about a friend behind their back and they found out.
Okay, here's what I'd say. "I want to sincerely apologize for talking about you behind your back. What I said was hurtful and disloyal, and there's no excuse for it. I was frustrated about something unrelated, but that doesn't justify betraying your trust. I deeply regret my words, and I understand if you're angry and hurt. You have every right to be. I value our friendship tremendously, and I hate that I've damaged it. I'm committed to being a better friend, someone you can trust. I understand if you need time and space, but I hope you'll eventually give me a chance to prove that I've learned from this. I'm truly sorry."
That's an excellent comprehensive apology. It hits all the key points: specific acknowledgement, full responsibility, genuine remorse, understanding of impact, commitment to change, and respect for their feelings.
Now you try one. Imagine you missed an important work presentation because you overslept.
I want to apologize to everyone for missing this morning's presentation. I overslept because I failed to set my alarm properly. I understand this disrupted the meeting, wasted everyone's time, and put the team in an awkward position with the client. This was unprofessional and unacceptable. I've already delivered the presentation materials to the team, and I'm available to present to the client at their earliest convenience. I've set up multiple backup alarms and a system to ensure this never happens again. I take full responsibility for this failure, and I understand I've damaged your trust in my reliability. I'm committed to rebuilding that trust through consistent, professional behavior going forward. I'm truly sorry.
Perfect. Professional, takes full ownership, acknowledges impact, provides solutions, and commits to change.
As we wrap up, let's summarize the key elements of a good apology.
1. Be specific about what you're apologizing for. Don't be vague.
2. Take full responsibility. No excuses, no blame shifting, no but.
3. Express genuine remorse. Show that you care about the impact of your actions.
4. Acknowledge the harm caused. Demonstrate that you understand how your actions affected the other person.
5. Offer to make amends if appropriate. What can you do to make it right?
6. Commit to change. Explain how you'll prevent this from happening again.
7. Actually follow through. Change your behavior and rebuild trust through actions.
And remember, a good apology requires courage, humility, and genuine self-reflection.
It's not about protecting your ego or making excuses. It's about acknowledging harm, taking responsibility, and committing to do better.
Thank you all so much for joining us on English Podcast Hub today. We hope this episode has helped you understand how to apologize effectively in English.
Remember, everyone makes mistakes. What matters is how we respond to them. A sincere apology can heal relationships and show your character.
If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with other English learners.
And remember, apologizing is a strength, not a weakness. It takes courage to admit when you're wrong.
Until next time, practice humility, take responsibility, and keep improving your English.
Take care, everyone.